How's it going, guys? We're back on the Rocket Arena, and today I've got a little bit of a different video. With the Season 2 coming to an end here in the next week or so, I wanted to put a video together talking about what I would like to see in Season 3 of Rocket Arena. Now, I've compiled a little list here. You may agree, you may disagree, you may have some different things on your mind that you would like to see, but this personally is what I would like to see in Season 3. And to get right down into it, I think first and foremost, me and I think most of the player base that I've talked to want ranked. We were told it was coming back in Season 2. It didn't happen then, so I really think ranked, if there is anything on my list that I'm going to go into, if there's anything that ends up being a day one of Season 3, I think ranked needs to be it. Because we were told it was coming in Season 2, it never came. And I know a lot of people are a little discouraged at playing Rocket Arena right now because there's only so much enjoyment you get just playing pubs, especially the guys that like playing at a high skill level. They just run around in parties just pub stomping, and some people enjoy that, sure, but some of them don't. And a couple of the guys that I hang out with in their Twitch chats fairly often, they've kind of moved on for a while. They say they're not really having fun. They've waited on ranked for like 3 months now with Season 2, and it hasn't come back yet. And if they don't drop it day one, they don't necessarily want to wait around another month or 2 months or 3 months just to wait and see if it ever comes back. I personally think ranked is a good way to get some of those older, more experienced veteran players back into Rocket Arena. It gives them something to grind towards, to get to the top of the leaderboards, to say you're the best of the best, and things like that. I think it'll keep people interested in the game. New players coming in, yeah, they play and learn the game, but then they want to prove themselves and see how good they really are. And there's only so many different Twitch chats you can jump into and ask for 1v1s against streamers. I also think this would be beneficial to new players because, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the veteran players jump into the game and just stomp pubs because they're good at the game and they're playing against new or newer players. I think if you put a ranked mode in the game, casual, or what's right now known as arena, will give a place for new players to actually learn the game against other newer or not as high skill cap players. And it'll give them a place to learn the game, develop their skills, grind their artifacts, and unlock all of them, and then be able to compete once they're ready for rank. Again, this is coming from me. I'm a casual player. I like making content on this. I stream this game. I make YouTube videos about this game. I'm not a high skill player. I'm not playing in the tournaments and stuff, and I'm not out here trying to 1v1 and put together scrims, but I feel like I'm above average in the standard public match that I get into, and I feel like ranked is needed. I don't think I'm going to be at the top of any leaderboards, but if I feel like tryharding, I would like a place to go where I know I'm going to be playing with other people on my team that are also well equipped to the game enough to where I can depend on them to carry their own weight. Moving on to the second thing, I think Spectator Client or a Spectator Client in this game is going to be huge for the future of this game, especially for tournaments. In the Rocket Arena official tournament they had a couple weeks ago, we saw where a lack of Spectator Client hurts the viewer standpoint, and it hurts the casters and the production side of things, from where right now we're having to ask competitors to live stream their games just so we can watch them. That only gives you one viewpoint of the entire game. Spectator Client would help that. I mean, look at games like Rocket League, Valorant most recently, League of Legends, all of the games that are competitive and have a big tournament system that is casted and broadcast out there and put out there for people to watch and enjoy. They have that Spectator Client, and all it would need to be is just have the 6 cameras, for one for each player to take their perspective, and then have a 7th free cam to where an operator can control the camera themselves. If they wanted to get fancy, they could try to implement a director cam like League of Legends and Rocket League has. I don't know if that would be necessarily the best as quickly and as fast-paced as Rocket Arena is, but definitely having a free cam in a Spectator Client would be huge. Another thing, adding on to that, I think having a replay system in here would be super, super helpful. A replay system, something simply as having a replay ID and then inputting an ID after the match, or after you finish a match, rather. You have an ID that you can go in and put that ID in and then download your previous match, whether it's a scrim and you want to study it, whether you want to, someone like me, make content off of it and you just want to be able to go back and get that game, or say you're making big plays and you're not streaming or recording at the time and you want a way to get those access to show people that you're good at the game or whatever's going on. I think that would also make the game a little bit better. One small thing that I would like to see is I would like for them to change when you're getting into a game. I personally would like to see who I'm playing up against before I get into the character select screen, solely because I want to know if I'm going up against a 3-stack or somebody that is well known into the scene for being really, really good at the game, because I don't want to flex pick and play a character that I'm not good at if I'm going up against somebody that I know is going to be really good and difficult to play against. That's just a small thing. I also would like to see some indication of people that are partied up. That may just be a me thing, but I would like to see if I'm going up against a party of 2 or a party of 3, I'd like to know that going in, that's just me. But moving on, another big thing that I think most people would agree with, I think a new character is needed at this point in time. The last new character we got was Leaf, and that was at the beginning of Season 2. And so far, the trend has been every new season we've gotten a new character. So if they continue with that trend, I think that'll be really good to drop a new character day 1 of Season 3. I think it'll bring in new players because a new character is always going to bring attention to the game. A new player influx will probably come in because I'm assuming that there will be some promo of the new season, especially if there's a new character. And I think old players will come back, if nothing more than to try the new character and see if they're different enough and fun enough to play. As far as what we could look for in a character, I personally don't know. I haven't had any ideas of what it may be. I talked with Olog. Some of you guys that are around the Twitch scene may know him as Oleezy. He's in a bunch of the Twitch chats memeing and goofing around. Talked to him a little bit about it the other day, and he said that he would like to see a Hanzo-esque type character from Overwatch, somebody with a bow that maybe has one of their abilities being some type of radar and then maybe a dash as his movement ability. I told him, like, isn't that Kai? But he wants someone with a standard bow and not a crossbow. But I do think if that is the case, or if a character like that ever comes into the game, it will function the same way. A bow will function the same way as a crossbow for Kai, or even the blaster for Amphora, where it'll be a charge shot. If you don't fully charge it, you won't do as much damage, and if you fully charge it, it'll have a cap damage that it does. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but again, leave your comments down below on any new character ideas or what you guys may think is coming out. Moving on, another thing for me personally, I think a new map couldn't hurt. I think it's something else to bring new people into the game. I know we did just get a new one with the Halloween event at the end of October, so that may not be at the top of their priority list, and they may not have one ready to go on release right now. But I think at some point dropping a new map, maybe with an event at some point in time, would also help keep interest in the game. Another new thing, and the final thing here I want to talk about, is maybe a new game mode. Now, as far as I know, as long as Rocket Arena's been out, there's been the 4 game modes. You've had Knockout, Rocket Ball, Mega Rocket, and then Treasure Hunt. But I think bringing in a new game mode is something that would bring people in and bring people back to the game. Just like a character would be, new people are going to play it if you're promoting it, and then old players are willing to come back to it if there's something new, even if they just want to try it to see how it is. Like I said in other videos, I've heard players complain about Treasure Hunt for forever. They say it's not a competitive mode, it's more of a one-player-esque mode. And I think a new game mode could potentially phase out Treasure Hunt, if nothing more than be a replacement for Treasure Hunt in ranked. But I don't know what a new game mode would entail. You already have the scoring a goal, you already have the capture the objective, and then you have a team deathmatch mode. The only other thing I can think of is maybe if you have 2 or 3 capture points spawned at one time, and then holding the objective almost gives you percentages or raises a bar, almost like a domination for Call of Duty or something in that sense, right? Where there are multiple points to capture, and then capturing those points for you get points per time, not necessarily a point for capturing it, if that makes any sense at all. But if nothing else, I think a casual game mode such as a free-for-all mode, instead of a 3v3, just have 5 or 6 players in a match and it's every man for himself. A free-for-all mode, maybe a King of the Hill free-for-all mode where like the player with the most kills has a crown, and then you want to have the most kills at the end of a certain time period, or killing the player with the crown gives you points for 2 kills instead of 1, or something like that. I think could be really interesting and just something a little different. And those two are more along the lines of a casual mode, just to have people come in, you want to play a few matches, and you don't feel like playing against bots. But that is going to do it for me. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Again, let me know what you guys want to see in Season 3, or what you guys think we may see in Season 3. Let me know if you guys are excited for it. I mean, I think a little bit of the excitement for Rocket Arena is kind of dwindling a little bit, and I hate to see that because, again, I do really enjoy this game. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. I'm trying to post more content almost weekly if I can. With it being the start of 2021, I'm trying to be more consistent with my uploads. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys really, really soon. Take it easy, guys. Peace.